Yeah, I'm aware that issue 2 of the new Garmadon comic has been released for upwards of a week at this point. However, I use a website to pre-order the comics, which basically just means that I get the physical copy a few days later than the initial release, and the 23rd of May was when mine did arrive, and since then I've had more than enough time to fully gather my thoughts on it, so yeah, let's get straight into the review. As far as a story recap goes, I'm not going to be going into too much detail on that, but to cut it shortly, if you are interested, Garmadon has a really long, badass fight with some hugely oversized bears in a forest, and yeah, that's basically it. So what did I actually like about this comic? First of all, as with the last one, this is going to sound pretty similar if you guys watched my first review, but the tone and just overall setting felt really, really nice. And when it comes to Ninjago, this is basically unmatched, and it's not really like a toner that we've ever seen much of at all in the past, which I can really appreciate. And I know that may sound a little bit vague if you haven't already read the comic, but the thing is, it's just so hard to put into words, but it's kind of just got this more grittier kind of vibe to it, where I think it's mainly just down to the fact that they're all in a forest and it's kind of creepy in a way, and it's just not really something that you really can get in the main Ninjago TV show, in my opinion. It almost gives off more of an anime vibe in a way. I'm not too sure what actually makes me think that way, but something definitely does, and I really appreciate that about this comic, and it's basically the exact same as the first one, so I'm glad that the tone and the setting has been pretty consistent over the last two comics, which I can really, really appreciate, and overall the tone is great. Garmadon was interesting. We did also see a bit more of the quote-unquote other Garmadon, which was always nice. It was a great kind of thing that we saw in the first one, so seeing him back here was really nice, and also seeing a bit more of the characters in this comic was really, really cool. It would be pretty interesting if we could actually see them in the main TV show at some point. Just a thought I had there, but yeah, overall, really, really solid stuff. Now, if there was just one issue I could point out, and this isn't really a fault of the story itself, however, I just kind of wish that the comic was a bit longer. I felt as though if they had maybe 10, 20 more pages or so, this would have been a much better comic, even better than it already was, but yeah, there's only so much you can do about that, really. For what it was, and for the length they clearly had to work with, it was nothing bad in the slightest. I just kind of wish it was a bit longer, but that's really all I've got to say for the cons. For what it was, other than that, I really, really thought this was a great comic, and I'd highly recommend reading it where you can, whether that's online or with a physical copy. You can basically find them on iTunes and other places like that. And if you want to get a physical copy yourself, feel free to just check out your local comic shops or any kind of comic websites, and you should be able to find them on there. With this being said, though, I will be giving this comic a 9 out of 10. 8.5, 9 out of 10, that kind of area is what I would give this comic. So yeah, those are my thoughts here. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick review, and that's basically it. With all of this being said, feel free to drop your thoughts down below on this Garmadon comic down below in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Drop a like on today's video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and do appreciate the content I put out, and turn on the notification bell so you guys can be the first to keep up to date on all of the latest Ninjago news and content right here on the channel. With all of this being said, I will see you all in my next one coming out very, very soon. Goodbye.